Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're doing a sketchbook tour of Sketchbook 42. This one is an ELO sketchbook. It's not the first one I ever used in front of you guys, so I don't really have much to say about that. But I would say this sketchbook is pretty close to my current style. There's a lot of pen sketches in here and stuff like that, and you'll see a lot more of my current OCs. So that'll be fun, like some of their like first iterations. I know the first iterations of my college guys are in here, so if you guys want to see them, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so this sketchbook was from November 13th, 2021 to November 13th, 2020 to December 7th, 2021. So a full year to get this one done, you guys. Probably because I was working on other sketchbooks at the same time. Sorry if there are going to be like a lot of like breaks in between. Like you might see some weird cuts. I am still sick, so I have to cut out like the sneezes and the coughs. But I'm doing my best. So yeah. So the very first drawing, sorry, it's like stuck together. It's a drawing of Katsuo. I don't think this was the first drawing I did in here. I think I went back and did this drawing because there are some portraits of Katsuo later on in the sketchbook, and I don't think I liked the way that they were coming out. So I think I came back and added this one to the front page. I think this one was actually my very first drawing in the sketchbook. It's a drawing of Dobby. I'm not gonna flip it because I don't think it'll fit in the frame, but maybe I'll like flip it digitally, not digitally, like in the editing process, so you can see it's like a very big piece. I never ended up finishing it just because I don't like the way his face was coming out. But this is like around the time where, spoilers for my hero, Dobby is revealed to be Toya Todoroki. And so I kind of wanted to draw that moment. I never got around to it, so yeah. I think that was 4 years ago. Jesus Christ. Some more little doodles, some marker swatches. I actually don't really like the way markers work on the ELO sketchbooks. Just something about it, I just feel like it doesn't blend very well personally. But yeah. So this is, these are actually some red versus blue doodles. That's what they color-coded like this. But there's a little bit more red versus blue stuff in here later. Some little pen drawings. These are not pen. These are actually fine liners. I think I got rid of these. I tried to use them up because I had a bunch of fine liners at some points in my life, but then I was like, I don't really use them, so I got rid of them. I do still have a set of fine liners. Sometimes I do still doodle with them, but this is a different set. Some more little doodles, fine liners, some pencil doodles. I don't know what's going on in them though. Just some random guys, I guess. These are some fine liner doodles of my OCs. This is James, Hope, John and Jane Doe, another Hope, but this one is in pencil. As you can see, he looks very different than how he looks now. It's been a while since I've drawn Hope, but maybe I'll throw up a picture for you guys just so that way you can see the difference. I would do one for these guys too, but actually it's been a super long time since I've drawn these guys. I at least draw Hope semi-regularly, at least sometimes in my sketchbook. Sometimes I just skip sketchbooks with these guys entirely, which is a little sad. This is some more Hope and his brother Orion, but I covered it up because it got spoilers on it. Another Hope. Like I said, you guys, for a while, I wanted Hope to be like my muse, so I really forced myself to draw him a lot. And so this is kind of like part of that process. But these fine liner ones, these were actually done like after I got into like the end of the sketchbook, because I was mostly just drawing on the right side of the paper, and I went back and I was like, this sketchbook is like mostly empty. And so this is probably like the start where I was like really deciding that I wanted to fill up sketchbooks. And so I went back and I started just adding doodles to the other flip side of the paper, to the left side of the paper, so that way it would not look so empty all the time. So this is like the start of that. So yeah, some more Hope and James here. You guys might have seen this one. This is like a one on my channel. Originally I had done this sketch of the characters, and then it's been like a while, and I did it this year, so it would have been like 4 years at that point. I just wanted to redraw this one, but what they currently look like, so they look super different here, my OCs, because this is James. This one is supposed to be Sky, but back when her name was Kagome still. Was she Sky at this point? No, I think she's still Kagome. This is a guy who was supposed to be like a supervillain character, and now he is a supervillain character, but now he is a girl. So change that guy. That's Orion. That's supposed to be Hope's brother, but it doesn't look like that anymore. That one's Hope. That's Levi. Levi's changed a lot too. He has like a little bit more of an alien appearance. John and Jane Doe, they've changed a lot. The boss has not changed since his inception, you guys. He always looks like this. I'm just trying to get to a point where I can draw him looking a little bit older because he's supposed to be like 40 or whatever, and he never looks like he's 40 years old. And this is the first iterations of my college guys, you guys. As you can see, their appearances really haven't changed too much. Valentine and Paxton look pretty much the same. Katsu and Duke look pretty much the same. I just sort of kind of tweaked my style a little bit more. Kamal looks super different. I could never get Kirgut to look in a way that I like. Hux and Ace don't even exist anymore, so these are kind of super irrelevant. I mean, they exist, but not in the same story. And I didn't even freaking draw Emerson and Cole. So, yeah. But these were like the very first drawings I did of them, just based off of the ideas of what I thought they looked like in my brain. And this is where I started to draw dude with red hair. Like I said before, when I was just writing them, he was always supposed to have blonde hair and blue eyes. But I started drawing him with red hair because I gave him the color red as like his character color, and so I would always draw him in red pen, and so I just started associating him with red hair after that point. Drawing I think this was supposed to be Castiel and Dean from Supernatural, because Supernatural just ended. And I wanted to celebrate it, even though I haven't been watching the seasons. But this one came out really bad. And so I drew another one, but I never finished it because I don't like the way markers look on this paper. So I was like, God, this is really shitty, and I hate it. But yeah, it's supposed to be Dean and Castiel. Yeah. Some more John and Jane Doe. I'm just talking about their first meeting and how they were enemies at first. So that's that one. I mostly just covered up those drawings because they're embarrassing. I'm trying not to cover up my more recent drawings, but these old ones make me cringe a little bit. So some of the previous sketchbooks are still going to have stuff covered up. This is at Villain Guy, and then he was talking about how he made like something to take over the world. And they're like, is that okay? And Hope was like, yeah, it's fine, because he dropped it because he's a freaking klutz. And they're like, oh, he's an incompetent villain. And that was going to be like his whole joke, was that he was incompetent. Now that he's not around anymore, I mean, he still exists. Like I said, he's just a female villain now. And she's not even really, the way I'm planning it, she's not really a villain. I want her to be more of like an anti-hero. So the whole joke there is going to have to be like changed into something else. Because I'm like, I really don't want her to be incompetent anymore. I mean, it kind of worked for him, but then also, I really didn't want him to be too incompetent. Like, I wanted him to be incompetent in some spaces, but I also wanted him to be a threat, like, later on in the story. But then I was like, so they, I guess, are living, like, a weird sort of limbo currently right now. I don't know what I want to do with them, but, yeah. Some more of, oh, actually, no, this is Red vs. Blue fan art. Yeah, this is Red vs. Blue doodles I was doing, and that's just a random guy. This is some more Katsuo, and this is supposed to be Kamal, one of Kamal's first appearances. I hated this one. I didn't like it. This does not last very long. There's Duke again, and that was my very first Cricket. As you can tell, Cricket does not look like this anymore. He still has the freckles, but I simplified them to just 3 on each cheek, just because it's easier to remember, and I don't have to fiddle with making them look nice. So just 3 on each cheek, simple. I think that's why they do that in, like, cartoons and stuff where a character has freckles. They usually don't have that many. It's just for simplicity's sake, you guys. So yeah, the very first Cricket, and I hate that haircut. I don't like it at all. And they're fighting about something that I've written, but I just wanted to doodle it, a little appearance of it. Another Katsuo and Duke little comic. A guy, my teeth were hurting, and so I drew this guy with his teeth hurting. You guys know by now, I like it when other people share in my pain, but only if they're in drawings. So my tooth hurt, so his tooth hurts, but his tooth hurts for forever because I didn't even finish the drawing. Some more OCs for like little short stories I was working on. I just wanted to draw them, but I think all of these appearances are ugly, so that's why I never do them again. Hux that I did all in pen, and that kind of looks like what Hux looks like now, but also not really. I changed his haircut and his face, and the way he looks completely, actually, now that I'm looking at him. So he doesn't look like Hux very much at all. He just has the same name. But that was one of his initial appearances. He's not as buff as I think he is currently. I used to draw guys really skinny, and I think I draw them a little bit too wide. But it's fine. Sometimes you just need to draw a really wide man. Some ROCs for short stories I never finished. Katsuo, a face that I never finished drawing. This one might be a little bit hard to explain. There is a drawing that you guys will see in an upcoming sketchbook tour. Probably the one after this, of a guy who's got like his chest and like his whole sternum is like a mouth. and you can like see his organs. I don't know if that's gonna be too much for YouTube. There's no blood. There's just organs. It's a good drawing. I think I like the way it turned out. But yeah, it might be a little too graphic. I don't know. A drawing of James, but his hair is way too light, and I don't really like this drawing at all. I think his hand's too big. A drawing of Hope, back when he had those really short ears. Now, if I was gonna draw this again, his ears would be like all the way out here. And honestly, guys, it looks like it's finished. I didn't even color his earrings, so it's not even a finished drawing. But at the time, I remember really liking it. Now I feel like, does it really look like him? I don't know. Kind of. Actually, no, it doesn't, because I changed the way I do his beard. Now it's just like this little part right here. Before it was like a little bit more across his chin. Now it's just like a little tiny piece. And his eyes are a lot more intense than they are now. Now he just looks kind of bored. This guy looks like he's kind of angry. A drawing of an elf, because it was Christmas. And it creeps me out. It creeped me out then, and it still creeps me out now. I hate this drawing of an elf. Like, what is he planning? His eyes are too sparkly. Like, look at that man. What are you planning, sir? I don't like that one. This is me just drawing. This is a redraw, technically, because it was based off of the story that I was writing, and so I just wanted to panel it out. And so it's Katsuo. Cole's first appearance, you guys. Cole has not changed that much. I just really just changed his eyes and his teeth now. So if I hadn't changed his eyes and his teeth, he would have looked exactly the same. Oh, and also the shape of his glasses. I didn't even notice his glasses were round. They're squares. They all have technically have different glasses shapes. Like Katsuo's glasses are supposed to be rectangles, Duke's are squares, and Paxton's are circles. I don't know why so many of them have glasses. Maybe because I'm like, oh, they're nerds, so they wear glasses, which is like, okay, I wear glasses. But maybe that's just how I feel about myself. Anyway, that one is Ace. Originally, he just had like a polo on, and I was like, he looks too preppy. And so I was like, what if I just made him an emo? And so I added that on real fast. And honestly, I liked him as an emo, you guys. And that was Cricket. I was still trying to get his haircut right. I still don't like that. It's ugly. But we'll get it in a couple of minutes into the sketchbook tour. Some more of this. I'm not going to read it because honestly, I kind of hate the writing of it, honestly. This more of closer to Kamau's actual appearance now. He's still got the beard, but this is actually Hope's beard now. Now Kamau's beard is just like 5 lines on his chin. But his haircut's pretty much the same. It's just gotten bigger. It's like very small here, and now I draw it like all the way out there. And he still doesn't have his signature outfit. I was just drawing him in a t-shirt. Another Cricket, getting closer to what Cricket looks like now. The continuation of that comic. This is my New Year drawing I do of Hope and what's his name? Hope and James every year. This is, I think, the first time I ever did it. So this is the very first iteration of it, you guys. I hate this drawing. I don't think it looks nice at all. The one I did this year, I like a little bit more, but also I still don't really like it. But it's been like, I guess it's been 4 years because I did this one for 2021. So this next upcoming one in January of 2025 will be the 4th one. So yeah, there's that one. I think you guys have seen the 3rd one. Yeah, you've seen all of them at this point because I did the first one for the first video of the year. And then it's in the 2nd one I ever did is my finished artwork sketchbook. So you guys have seen all 3 versions. So look forward to next year's version, I guess. It was still cold outside, so I wanted to draw a girl hanging out with some snowmen, but I never finished it. It's just a little doodle. Continuation of that comic, more of Katsuo and Duke trying to figure out their outfits before. Duke wore like pants and like a shirt, and I guess he still wears pants, obviously, but now he wears like a very much like a tank top thing, like cut off shirt, like he cut off the sleeves of like a gym shirt. That's like his normal outfit, which is so funny because everybody else is like dressed for winter. Paxton and a Valentine. Valentine was really small back then, you guys. And I guess Paxton doesn't look like this anymore either. Look at how sketchy my lines are, you guys. I feel like my lines are like super sketchy now, but I look back at this and I'm like, they're so scratchy. Drawing of like an elf. Some more little doodles with nothing really going on. I think that was supposed to be a drawing of me, but I never finished it. Drawing for a Draw This in Your Style that I never posted because I didn't like the way it came out because I was just doing it as a pen sketch and I thought it was ugly. A drawing of a girl. This is when I first got my Ecoline brush pens and I was like testing them out on this paper. I was trying to like blend them and it really ate away at the paper and I was like, oh my god, I hate it. So yeah, I didn't like the way this one came out. I remember hearing that Elo paper was really good for watercolor, but it really started to eat up the paper, and I think it's just because I was putting too much down at one time, but I don't know. And like even now it's like peeling up, which is not good. Some more little doodles. This is a robot girl. I'm thinking I saw this in my digital artwork thing last week, I think, or maybe I deleted it because I had to shorten that video a lot. But it's this little robot girl, a redraw. Some heads, some portraits. I wanted to do them with colors specifically, just like one color, monochrome. I think at the time this one was my favorite. Now I look back and I'm like, oh, it's so bad. But I did a redraw of it not too long ago, like a year or two ago, and I liked it better then. I feel like I could probably even do better now. Maybe I'll do a third one. Just because green's my favorite color, you guys. So I was like, I'll just redo the green one. And look, they got like little hearts in their eyes. Isn't that cute? Next one is maybe a little bit morbid. This is a drawing of a girl in a casket. And she's dead. But she's smiling at the camera. I never finished this one. I tried to do it in a previous sketchbook. The sketchbook after this one, I tried to do it in, and I didn't like the way it's coming out. Just because I felt like this one made her look really sweet and innocent. And she's like blushing and really cute. And I really like the energy of this one, but when I did it in the other sketchbook, I was like, I don't feel like it's fitting the energy. I think it's because she looks really young here, and the one I did made her look like she was like 20s. And this one, she looks like she's supposed to be like young teenager, like 13, 14, and I did not convey that at all very well. So, why did I want to draw a dead girl? I don't know, you guys. Just sometimes you want to draw something sad. So she was dead. And I said probably no blood, because originally I drew the blood, and I was like, maybe it doesn't need the blood to be like sad. And I was just gonna draw her skin like really gray, and everything around her was gonna be like super colorful. So that like there was like still so much life people were putting onto her, even though she was dead. It's kind of sad, but that was the vibe for that one. The unicorn girl redraw, I was thinking of doing it again, and I wasn't liking it, so I didn't end up doing it again. Some more little doodles. This is a thumbnail drawing I ended up doing at the sketchbook after this one of the cow lady. Some eyeballs. I did the first two, and I didn't like the way they were coming out, so I didn't do the other two at the bottom. A drawing of nothing, I guess. This is a little drawing. This is a drawing here first, right? And then I was doing the coloring just to see what kind of colors I wanted to use, because this is when I got those. What kind of? They're what's it? I can't remember the name of them right now, you guys. I'm blanking so hard. The Tombow alcohol markers. This is when I got those, and I wanted to use them all in one illustration. And so this is what I was working on, but I didn't like it at the time. It's not bad, but I can understand why I didn't like it. I think her skin looks really cool. It's like very warm. It stands in contrast against the coolness of her hair and her eyes. But yeah, I didn't like it at the time. I think I thought that the outlines were too thick, and also I didn't like what was going on with her hair. Like this situation, I don't like that at all. So that's probably what it was. I'll try to do another monochrome one with this kid. I don't like this drawing at all. Like, it's all out of proportion. His face is really small. His cranium is really big. Another one, but this guy was orange. I like this one a little bit more, but I still don't like it very much. This is when I was planning out that Meet the Artist thing where it goes, my name, my age. I don't know why I sang that, but yeah, it was that. And I never ended up doing that. Probably because I don't want to tell people my name on the internet. A drawing of a demon girl. She's wearing a cool mask. And she's got box braids, but I didn't end up finishing this one because I didn't like the way the braids were coming out. I've tried to draw box braids a couple of times, you guys, and I feel like every time I do it, they come out really bad. It's just really hard for me. I'm trying to figure it out really, really hard. It's just like something about dividing the hair into like the sections, like the boxes, I guess. Which is like, I'm really struggling on how to do that. So hopefully one day I'm going to get it. Some more little doodles. Not really much going on there. Again, more doodles. I was just really not knowing what to put in this sketchbook. Just because I didn't like the way it was working with markers. So I was like, I really don't know what to do. So I just was doing a lot of pen doodles. Some more hopes. A lot of hope. A James. Another hope. More random doodles. I was trying on muscles here. Not very good, I don't think. Simmons. Griff, but just his head. This is a caboose. That's a donut. All from red versus blue. Some more random doodles. I was just like someone said it's a good art advice was just draw, like doodle until you like start wanting to like actually draw things. Like just do this over and over and over. Just keep the pen moving until you feel like you want to draw. So that's what I was doing there. I don't know if it made me want to draw anything. But yeah, another caboose, another griff, another griff, a griff, a Simmons, another Simmons, another Simmons, another griff, donut, griff, Simmons, Simmons, also Simmons, but I said it looks more like church than Simmons. That one was going to be a Tucker. More red versus blue, another Simmons, another donut. This is when I went back. I did this one a different time, and then I did another donut, and this one was October 2nd in 2021. So I guess there was like a lot of difference because I wanted to try again. I like this one better, obviously. This is another Tucker, a wash. This was going to be a person at the dentist. My teeth were still hurting at this time, so I wanted to draw someone at the dentist. I didn't finish it, though. I did a redraw this for you guys last week. Last week? Yeah, or 2 weeks ago, of Nick and Kira, back when their names were not Nick and Kira, back when they were still those other OCs, before I revamped them into their own characters. This was their first meeting. And this is what their appearances used to look like. I also did redraws of these little frames here and this entire comic. This is like when they're engaged and they're having dinner or lunch or breakfast, sorry, oh my god, in Nick's place. So as you can see, that's supposed to be Diana, and that one is supposed to be Lex. They didn't really change their appearances too much, just a little bit. Nick and Kira kissing for the first time. So yeah, I don't know what this is for. This is probably for a class I was in at the time. I was still in college. This was me working on something for my job. I worked in fast food. I just covered this part up because that's where I used to work at. But yeah, they wanted me to do something for the bulletin board, so I just drew a picture for them for the bulletin board. Or of Cotswell, the random doodles. These are the two Cotswell portraits I was talking about at the beginning. When I did them, I didn't like them. And I still hate them, you guys. They look really bad. I don't like them at all. So let's go past those. A portrait of Nick. This is back when I still thought he was blonde, but I drew him with brown, like reddish brown hair for some reason. And this is started off the propaganda of red-haired Duke. I actually don't like this drawing at all. Something about his face looks weird. More Cotswell and Duke. Cotswell, that's an insane hair right there. That's a lot of hair. More Cotswell and Duke. Another Cotswell and Duke. I didn't finish those ones. There's a lot of Cotswell and Duke here, you guys. They're supposed to be the main characters of the story. Or at least the first main characters. And I planned for the other, I guess only like 3 couples now to have their own stories. Like in spinoffs and stuff. But Cotswell and Duke were supposed to be the main ones. And I just never draw them. They're like the ones I draw, not really the least. I guess the ones I draw the least are probably Paxton and Valentine. But honestly, I've been slacking on the Duke and Cotswell. So I kind of want to get back into drawing Duke and Cotswell. And also, Cricket and Kamal, you guys. I haven't drawn Cricket and Kamal in forever. And Cricket and Kamal used to be my favorite. It's just Cole and Emerson kind of took over my brain after I redesigned Cole. So I sort of kind of want to get back into drawing all 4 of them, I guess. All 8 of them. Some more Duke, more embarrassing things right there. So another Duke. That's a Cotswell. This is the original comic for that Kamal and Cricket comic. This is rare. I just solidified their designs. Now this is what they look like, you guys. I mean, I've like changed the way I draw like their faces a little bit. Like my style has progressed. But that's pretty much what they look like. They have like the outfits. Cricket's got his overalls and his hoodie, and Kamal's got like his puffer vest and stuff, and his haircut is the way that it is now. I mean, like I said, it's a lot smaller than it is now, but yeah. This is my first ever drawings of Emerson. I was trying to figure out what I wanted Emerson to look like. That's what it was. He was like, I decided he was going to be some kind of preppy sort of guy. And that's him with Cole. Oh, and you guys remember how I said that in this original comic that at the end, it's revealed that Cricket had a fake ID? That's where it is, right here. That's his fake ID. So yeah. And then this is some more Emerson content. Emerson Cole content. This is Emerson. He's legally blind. I don't know how actually much I want that to be true anymore, but at the time, he actually needs glasses to see and he wears contacts. But I feel like if you're legally blind, you cannot get away with wearing contacts. I think you need to wear glasses. So he might just be walking around not being able to see. But yeah. And then this is him around other people where he's like really nice with strangers or like acquaintances. And then when he's by himself, he's like complaining about everybody and he hates them really like a lot. He's like a very fake person. That's like his whole character arc. And this is just Cole and Emerson talking about that because Cole's like a very straightforward person. He's like, what you see, what you get. And so he's like, I don't understand why you're hiding who you are. And so they end up getting into a fight. And Cole may be smaller than Emerson and like kind of a nerd, but he's a scrapper. So, and Emerson is just like a rich kid, so he cannot beat Cole in a fight. So Cole basically kicked his ass. So yeah, I think that's the last page in here, you guys. I didn't draw on this last page for some reason. I just did it for like some marker swatches, I guess. Is there anything in the pocket? Nope. I mean, there is something in the pocket, but it's not. It's just like stuff for the sketchbook again. So yeah, that's the end of the sketchbook tour, you guys. Sorry if I wasn't as animated as I usually am. I'm still feeling a little bit sick. But I hope you like getting this first look at some of my OCs. Like I said, this is the sketchbook where I pretty much solidify their designs. I mean, they look a little bit different now. Maybe I'll throw up pictures of them when I am going through what they look like now, but they look a lot different. So I think it's mostly just the progression of my style, but also I just got into it a little bit more. Like, I know how to shorthand them faster, and like I know what I want them to look like. So yeah, thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. I will go ahead and see you in the next one. Bye.